Bienvenidos a Zona Kite, el primer programa de TV dedicado al universo del kitesurf. En Kite en primera persona, conocemos a Sky Solvage, shaper de tablas North Kiteboarding. En InfoKite te contamos las últimas novedades del mundo del kitesurf. Hoy te mostramos el tráiler de la próxima fecha de la GKA. En Viajando con el Viento, vamos a ver el primer episodio de la segunda temporada de On the Fly, la serie web de Rubén Lenter. En Kite Calendar visitamos Pak Nam Pran, Tailandia, para ver la edición de los preclasificatorios de Asia, para entrar a los Juegos Olímpicos Juveniles Buenos Aires 2018. En Kite School vamos a mostrarte cómo hacer un flat 360 con una tabla de strapless. Llegó la hora de entrar en la zona donde volar es posible. Esto es Zona Kite. En Kite en primera persona, vamos a conocer un poco mejor al ex-rider y actual shaper de las tablas North Kiteboarding, Sky Solvage, finalmente en Zona Kite.
The whole reason I got into kiting in the first place was to have fun, and like I'll still show up at the beach now, and if there's wind and waves, I'm frothing. Like I can't get out there fast enough if the waves are going off, and I just, as long as I can stay that stoked about kiting, I think I'll be doing it forever, and that's what it's all about for me. Competitions, competing in general has been kind of like a love-hate thing for me over the years. It's, at times like I've wanted to win and do well and been super fired up to compete, and then at other times I've just been like, oh fuck it, it's lame and I don't want to compete. And the truth is, like, it's really only fun to compete if you're winning, and if you're losing, it's sometimes hard to deal with. And but I think if you can, at the end of the day, if you can deal with the ups and downs of competing and winning and losing, it makes you a better person, makes you a stronger person. My riding directly influences my board design. Like, if I have an idea about a board that I want to make or a certain way I want to ride, I can sit down on the computer, I can design the board, and I can be riding it within a few days. And you're never gonna make the perfect board. Like, you find one board that's like your magic board for a short time, and then after a few days you'll start thinking about ways that you can make it even better. And it's just, the possibilities are endless, and it's a constant evolution. And I think you're always, just like surfing, you're chasing the perfect wave. You're always going to be chasing the perfect design, and so that's what makes it interesting. Traveling to find waves and wind is super challenging, and it's so frustrating at times. Like, you fly halfway across the world and pay for excess baggage and flights and take buses and trains and get to the spot, and you might miss the swell, or maybe the wind's not there. And yeah, I mean, it can be a nightmare at times, but those times when everything comes together and you show up and there's wind and there's waves and you got your board bags, it can be magical. And that's kind of what always keeps you coming back, is the allure of finding the perfect wave, finding the perfect spot. So yeah, it's a lifelong journey. next 5, 10, 15 years, I hope I can still be doing what I'm doing now, basically. Like, I hope I'm able to, you know, continue making boards and making tools that people can have fun with on the water, and you know, keep traveling to cool places and riding good waves and meeting great people, and basically just continue down the path that I've sort of created over the last 10 years. And I hope to see the sport evolve to a point where, you know, people will look at it and think it's a really cool, fun sport. And I don't know, I hope that I can look back in 15 or 20 years from now and have my health and be able to kite every day and be in the water. I don't know.
Okay. Anything to say?
Maybe I say something else. Maybe.
Goodbye.
No, that was stupid. I don't like that. Yeah. I stand up and go?
I'll go.
Okay.
En InfoKite te ponemos al día con las últimas novedades del mundo del kitesurf. La primera ronda del GKA Kiteboarding World Tour 2018 tendrá su primer fecha durante el Festival Mundial du Vent en Lausette, Francia, desde el 17 hasta el 22 de abril. Ruben Lenten volvió con toda. El rider holandés lanzó la segunda temporada de On The Fly, su serie web que lo llevó a recorrer durante el año pasado algunos de los mejores spots de kitesurf del planeta. En este primer episodio vamos a seguir los pasos de Ruben a través de Holanda, Francia, Normandía y Gran Bretaña.
Yeah, after an epic time in Cape Town, it was time to head back home to the Netherlands. And yeah, being there didn't really satisfy me at all because it was pretty cold. Yeah, I mean, I've had a fair share of injuries in the past, and the only way to prevent this is to work out, you know. And I just really feel good when I'm fit.
Going for a nice morning run.
So, waking up is the hardest bit, but as soon as you're out, you're flying.
So my worst nightmare just rang the doorbell. Dr. Evil.
I also didn't really have a place to stay. Yeah, therefore I thought it was just good to go back to basics and jump in the camper with the ultimate freedom.
Hey-yo. So we're heading to Rebel Lease to pick up the RV. Everything is working.
We picked up the RV at Rebel Lease. Fred, my buddy, owns the company, and yeah, he sets us off on a nice journey.
Take all the boards with. Got a prototype here from the Lua guys. Got our fresh inboards.
Yeah! First things first. The wind's blowing nicely, so we're going out for a session.
Yeah, so we we got the camper van and we still stayed in the Netherlands for a little bit. We decided to just head for France. And on the way, we still caught a nice session with Ed, my good friend in the south of Holland. Riding the inboards everywhere and yeah, just cruising, you know, and just being free, just going wherever you want to go without a plan. It wasn't that windy, but we had a great fun all together.
So, night one in the camper is a fact, and it was fantastic, wasn't it?
We continued the road trip towards the north of France. Then we went to Brittany and Normandy, and there I scored some epic sessions. There was one place with some sick rocks there, and yeah, I met up with Nico, and yeah, we had a blast, man.
Finally some wind again.
I was cruising with Nico like all the way upwind, and then we went over the beach to the inside of the lagoon, and there we scored some epic jumps, man. It was super fun.
Some exploring done. This session rocked. Ew! Stoked. Kiting always makes me happy. In the beginning it looked all grey and choppy and gusty. You're like, let's do this. And then you're underwater and it's just magic.
And sometimes we would look for a campground just to plug and play. We could charge our laptops, have some Wi-Fi, and do some cooking. Okay, I can see a downside to the happy camper life. I mean, emptying your toilet at some points is quite disgusting, you know. It almost makes me puke every time I do it. And, but hey, if that's the price we gotta pay, I will stay happy camper. We decided to go to the Mediterranean Sea. Yeah, we definitely scored a big session there. It was like beautiful flat water. The wind was cranking. Also, this guy Jordan got in touch. He saw my Instagram stories that I was there, so he got in touch, and yeah, we just ended up riding together and having a blast. Yeah, Leucate is actually known for its wind. It's blowing there all the time. It's an offshore wind because there's some epic spots around. We went to Des Dosses. Yeah, just riding there on the flat water, busting some big loops with everyone was insane.
Desde el 14 al 22 de marzo tuvo lugar en Phak Nam Pran, Tailandia, el clasificatorio a los Juegos Olímpicos para los riders que representan a los países de Asia y Oceanía. Sin dudas, fue una semana espectacular de competencia, en donde cada uno de los riders dejó todo en el agua.
Teams, coaches, and riders are gathering here in Phak Nam Pran in Thailand for the long-anticipated iconic kitesurfing Youth Olympic qualifiers for Asia and Oceania. Today is registration day and the last chance for riders to get out on the water and squeeze in one more training session before tomorrow's competition gets underway. Solo Oceania girl Pia Gordon challenged herself racing alongside the male fleet, while on the Asian side, Jingle Chen dominated in nearly every race. So Will, you're halfway through the competition now. Tell us a little bit how it's going.
Every day it's getting harder and harder. The wind changes a bit every day, so you gotta rig different kites, but it's going good. And the chop sometimes at the last heat of the day it's hard to deal with the chop.
However, things are still very much undecided for the Asian boys. The competition between the top 3 riders is extremely tight, and though day 2 might have had us thinking that the tables had turned, local talent Sarun Rapcham pulled off a stellar performance today, securing him a place back at the top of the leaderboard. So yeah, the wind is in your favor, this is your home spot, but there's some very good riders on the water. Christian and Hauran are very close to you, but now you're back on top. How do you feel? Can you win?
Yeah, I feel I can win and I'm very happy, Yeah.
Once the final races were done and dusted, it was the coaches' turn to take to the water and test their skills out on the course. You're actually, I think, the only team that have registered 18 and 19 meter kites, right?
Yes.
So that's a really big advantage for you guys. How did you predict that and everybody else seems to have missed it?
Well, we come from Philippines, so we're not from here. So actually, we just expect the worst, So we, the boys can handle the 17 and the 19 and 18 in stronger wind. So after that, we can use 15 and 13.
So there's only one day of racing left after today. What are your thoughts about how your team are going to fare out?
Well, we hope that Christian will do very well today, and actually he did very well today. So if the winds cooperates for us, and then we cross our fingers that we get the slot.
We'll cross our fingers too. Thank you so much, Bon.
Welcome.
Cheers. Today is the final day of racing here at the iconic kitesurfing Youth Olympic qualifier for Asia and Oceania. And today is the day that we find out which of these young riders will be going forward to represent their country at the upcoming Youth Olympics in Buenos Aires. The final day of a competition means different things to different people. For some, it's the nail-biting moment that they go head-to-head with their toughest competitors. For some, it's a moment of relief, knowing that the hard-fought battles of the week are finally behind them. For some, it's a moment of pride. Maybe not for winning, but knowing that they've achieved something that they never thought they could. As riders took to the water, coaches, family members, and spectators looked on excitedly from the shore. Frustratingly light winds teased us throughout the day, causing the AP flag to shoot up and down, until finally the afternoon breeze filled in with force, allowing us to complete the races that would finally decide who will be going forward to Buenos Aires. From Oceania, Pia Gordon will represent New Zealand in the girls' division, alongside Australia's Manny Bishops in the boys. From the Asian division, Jingle Chen will go forward to represent China in the girls' fleet. And after the tightest race in the entire competition, it will be the Philippines' Kristen Teo who goes forward to Buenos Aires. Kristen, congratulations! You have just secured the spot to go and represent the Philippines in Buenos Aires. How do you feel?
I feel really happy to be bringing the country to Buenos Aires, holding that flag.
So how does it feel to know that you are going to be there representing New Zealand?
Feels like an honor. Little New Zealand will have someone to put them on the map again.
This city is mine. This city is mine.
After 5 intense days of racing, the iconic kitesurfing Youth Olympic qualifiers for Asia and Oceania have come to a close. We now know who the 4 riders will be that go forward to represent their countries in Argentina at the Youth Olympic Games. But for those who were not lucky enough to get a qualification, they will have one more chance to do so in China in May. Congratulations to all of the qualified riders. Stay tuned for more.
En esta edición de Kite School, para los riders más experimentados, vamos a mostrarte cómo hacer un flat 360 en una tabla de olas sin strap, con el material producido por la North Kiteboarding Academy. El flat 360 es un movimiento técnico para los riders sin straps avanzados. El movimiento del kite es el mismo que la gran mayoría de los trucos sin straps, arriba y a las 11, aunque hay que tener cuidado de que el kite no se vaya más de las 12. Cuando comenzás el movimiento, ten en cuenta de tener tu rodilla delantera flexionada, para que la punta de la tabla esté alta y mirando al viento. Así, el viento empujará tu tabla hacia tus pies. Para los primeros 180 grados, tu pie trasero tendrá el protagonismo, ya que deberás patear la cola hacia adelante y hacia arriba, tirando los dedos de tus pies hacia arriba para conseguir un mejor giro. Luego de los 180 grados, flexiona tu rodilla de la pierna trasera y utiliza tu pie delantero para guiar la punta de la tabla por debajo de tu cuerpo y hacia los próximos 180 grados. Asegúrate de traer la barra hacia tu cadera cuando inicias la rotación. Esto le dará al kite cierto lugar para la rotación. Suelta la mano delantera para tener un mejor balance y para acompañar la rotación. Para la segunda parte de la rotación, empuja la barra hacia arriba, así podrás girar libremente. Con práctica, podrás saltar más alto antes de iniciar la rotación del movimiento. En este caso, recuerda de empujar la barra del lado izquierdo hacia abajo, con los dedos de tus pies. Esto hará que la barra del lado derecho se alce hacia arriba, y el viento empujará la tabla hacia tus pies, lo cual te dará mayor control. El resto del movimiento es el mismo que un flat 360 menos alto. Repentinamente levanta la tabla y concéntrate en levantar la punta alto y hacia el viento. Dirigí la parte trasera con tu pie trasero hacia los primeros 180 grados. Trae la barra hacia tu cadera para iniciar la rotación y luego empuja la barra hacia afuera para finalizar el giro. Utiliza el pie delantero para guiar la punta a través de la segunda parte de la rotación. Disfruta de tu aventura con el material de la North Kiteboarding Academy. Esperamos que esta información les resulte útil y recuerden siempre consultar con su instructor de confianza. ZonaKite es tu zona. vos también sos protagonista de nuestro programa. Mandanos tus fotos y videos a ZonaKite TV para compartirlas en nuestras redes sociales. Esto es todo por hoy. Los esperamos en la próxima edición de ZonaKite.